The moment you pick up a 1988 1-cent coin, it feels ordinary, just another small piece of copper-colored metal passing through countless hands. But hidden within coins like these is a story tied to history, craftsmanship, and sometimes surprising value. The 1988 penny belongs to the famous Lincoln cent series, one of the longest-running coin designs in American history. First introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln. While most of these coins are common, a few rare variations can turn a simple penny into something collectors eagerly search for. At first glance, a 1988 penny doesn't look like it could be worth more than 1 cent. Millions of these coins were struck by the United States Mint, making them extremely common in circulation. However, coin collectors don't just look at the year. They look for details, tiny differences, and rare minting mistakes that can transform an ordinary coin into a valuable collectible. The real excitement around the 1988 penny comes from a specific variety known among collectors as a 1988 wide AM reverse. Normally, pennies from certain years have the letters A and M in America placed close together, but in this rare variety, those letters are noticeably spaced apart. This small design difference is not easy to spot unless you know exactly what to look for, but once you see it, you realize how special it is. What makes the 1988 wide AM penny fascinating is that it wasn't supposed to exist. It appears to be the result of design mix-up, where a reverse die intended for a later year was accidentally used on 1988 coins. Mistakes like this are what make coin collecting thrilling, because they are unexpected, rare, and often overlooked by the public. Now, let's address the big claim. Can a 1988 penny make you a millionaire overnight? Realistically, no. Most 1988 pennies are worth exactly 1 cent, or maybe a few rupees in local exchange. Even the rare wide AM variety usually sells for hundreds or sometimes a few $1,000s, depending on condition. Not millions. The idea of becoming a billionaire from a single 1988 penny is more fantasy than reality. However, that doesn't mean these coins are worthless. In the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. A perfectly preserved 1988 wide AM penny, especially one graded in mint state, can fetch a significant price. Coins that look brand new, with sharp details and no scratches, are far more valuable than worn ones. Another factor that adds value is mint location. 1988 pennies were produced in different mints, including Philadelphia, no mint mark, and Denver, mark D. While the wide AM variety is mainly associated with Philadelphia coins, collectors carefully examine both types just in case rare variations appear elsewhere. It's also important to understand that coin value is driven by demand. The more collectors want a specific coin, the higher its price can rise. The 1988 wide AM penny has gained popularity over time, especially as more people learn about it through coin collecting communities and videos. If you're searching through your coins, you need a magnifying glass or a good camera zoom. Look closely at the word America on the reverse side. If the A and M are clearly separated, you might be holding something special. If they are nearly touching, it's the common version. Many people unknowingly spend rare coins simply because they don't recognize them. That's why knowledge is your biggest tool. A single detail can be the difference between a 1-cent coin and a collectible worth hundreds of dollars. Even though the 1988 penny won't make you instantly rich, it represents something powerful. The idea that hidden value can exist in everyday life. Coins pass through thousands of hands, and sometimes a rare piece slips quietly through unnoticed. Collectors often say the thrill is not just in the value, but in the hunt. Finding a rare coin in your own pocket change feels like discovering treasure without ever digging the ground. That excitement is what keeps people searching. The 1988 penny also reminds us of how minting technology and human error can create unexpected outcomes. A simple mistake at the mint decades ago can still spark curiosity and value today. If you truly believe you have a rare variety, the best step is to get it professionally evaluated. Coin grading services can confirm authenticity and assign a condition grade, which directly affects the coin's market value. Be cautious of exaggerated claims online. Not every unusual coin is worth a fortune, and not every story about million-dollar pennies is true. It's important to stay realistic while still enjoying the possibility of finding something valuable. In the end, the The 1988 1-cent coin is less about becoming instantly wealthy and more about awareness, curiosity, and opportunity. It teaches you to look closer at the small things most people ignore. So next time you see a penny, don't rush to spend it. Take a second look. Because while most are ordinary, a few carry stories and sometimes value that go far beyond their face worth. And who knows, the next coin you check might not make you a billionaire, but it could still be your first step into a fascinating world of discovery. This tiny coin looks ordinary, right? A simple 1999. The 1-cent something people ignore every single day. But what if I told you this small copper coin could be hiding a story far more powerful than its face value? A story of history, mystery, and in rare cases, surprising value. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1999 D. Lincoln penny, a coin that might already be sitting quietly in your pocket, your drawer, or your collection, waiting to be noticed. Let's start with that small letter D you see on the coin. That D stands for the Denver Mint, one of the most important coin-producing facilities in the United States. Every coin minted here carries a mark of precision, speed, and mass production. In 1999, millions upon millions of these pennies were struck here, making them incredibly common at first glance. But here's where things get interesting. Even though billions were made, not every coin is the same. Some of these coins carry tiny secrets. Minting errors, unusual conditions, or exceptional preservation that can turn an ordinary penny into something collectors are willing to pay serious money for. Take a closer look at the design. On the front, you'll see Abraham Lincoln, one of the most respected presidents in American history. His profile has been on the penny since 1909, making it one of the longest-running coin designs ever. The words "In God We Trust" sit above, while Liberty and the year 1999 complete the look. Flip it over, and you'll see the Lincoln Memorial. This design was used for decades before being replaced in 2009. If you look very carefully, you can even spot a tiny image of Lincoln sitting inside the memorial, an incredible level of detail for such a small coin. Now here's the truth most people don't know. A regular 1999 D penny in circulated condition is usually worth just 1 cent. Yes, just 1 cent. But the real magic happens when you find something unusual. Collectors look for coins in mint condition, coins that look almost brand new, with no scratches, no wear, and sharp details. These are graded by professionals, and higher grades can mean higher value. But condition is only part of the story. Errors are where things get exciting. Imagine finding a 1999 D penny where the design looks slightly off. Maybe the letters appeared doubled. Maybe the coin was struck slightly off-center. Or maybe there's an unusual mark or misprint that shouldn't be there at all. These small imperfections, these mistakes, are exactly what collectors love. A double die error, for example, can make certain letters or numbers appear doubled. To the untrained eye, it might look like a simple blur, but to a collector, it can mean the coin is worth far more than its face value. Then there are off-center strikes. These happen when the coin isn't perfectly aligned during the minting process. The result? A coin that looks misprinted and incredibly interesting. And let's not forget about luster. A coin with original mint shine, untouched by years of circulation, can stand out instantly. It catches the light differently. It feels different. It looks like it just left the mint yesterday, even after decades. Now imagine this. You're going through your old coins, maybe a jar, maybe a wallet, maybe something you've ignored for years, and suddenly you spot a 1999 D penny. At first, it seems like nothing, but then you look closer. The shine is still there. The edges are sharp. The details are clear. And maybe, just maybe, there's something unusual about it. That moment, that discovery, is what makes coin collecting so exciting. Because sometimes value hides in plain sight. It's important to understand that not every 1999 D penny is valuable. In fact, most of them are not. But the possibility, the chance that you might find something rare, that's what keeps collectors searching. And here's something even more interesting. Coins like this are a piece of history. They've passed through countless hands. They've traveled across cities, states, and even countries. Each coin carries a silent story, one that you may never fully know. Yet, Holding it, you become part of that story. Now, if you're serious about checking your coins, here's what you should do. Start by looking carefully at the date and mint mark. Make sure it clearly says 1999 with a D underneath or near the date. Next, check the condition. Is the coin worn out, or does it still have its original shine? Then, look for anything unusual. Doubling, misalignment, strange marks, anything that looks different from a normal coin. If you think you found something special, don't rush to sell it. Take your time. Compare it with other coins. Learn about it. Even small details can make a big difference. Because in the world of coin collecting, knowledge is power. And sometimes patience pays off. The 1999 D penny might not make you a millionaire overnight, but it can teach you something valuable. To slow down, to observe, to look beyond the obvious. And who knows? The next time you see a simple coin, you might not ignore it. You might pick it up, examine it, and wonder, could this be the one? If you enjoyed this journey into the hidden world of coins, stay curious. Because there are countless other coins out there, each with its own mystery waiting to be uncovered. And remember, even the smallest coin can hold the biggest surprise.